Today, I'm going to share with you something really, really powerful. Your belief determines your success. So increase your belief and it'll change your life because your belief determines your speed. Somebody type speed in the chat, okay? Your belief is the ceiling or the breakthrough that you will experience right now. Right now, everything in your business, everything in your marriage, everything in your health, it rises and falls on what you believe. I want to say something to you today, and I want you to really hear it. Where you are right now in your business, in your income, in your life is a direct result of what you believe, not what you know, not what you've tried, but what you believe. It's a direct reflection of what you believe. And here's what that means. It means that your belief is going to determine your speed. How fast you grow, how fast you sign clients, how fast you scale, how fast what you've been thinking about, dreaming about, wanting happens for you. How fast you step into what God has already prepared for you. Slow belief equals slow results. Small belief equals small outcomes. But when you increase your belief, everything accelerates. 40% of people who want to build a business never start. You know why? Not because they lack talent, not because they don't have a great idea, not because they don't have any resources. It's because they do not believe that it is possible for them. I want you to get something in your mind, a goal or dream or something that's important to you that you want to accomplish. I want you to get that thing. Get that thing in your mind right now. Something that you would love, something that you would love to achieve, love to create. Get that thing in your mind right now. I'm not here to motivate you today. Motivation fades. I am here to shift something. I am here to increase your belief because when your belief goes up, your income goes up, your clients go up, your impact goes up, your life quality goes up. So are you ready? If you're ready in the chat, drop ready. I want you to say something that will help you have integrity within yourself. Okay? Because when you just make up and say, oh, I believe everything, I believe da 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 da, if you don't fully believe it or at least able to connect to a part of it, it's not impactful, it's not effective. Okay, so that when you say this, even when you feel tremendous setbacks, it will be a benchmark to keep you in the game. Somebody say, I'm in the game. Right? A benchmark to keep you moving forward and experimenting and readjusting your strategy and your plan of action, continually looking for ways to win. When you've got an idea that you want to move on, you have something that you want to do, something in your life you want to change or shift, something you want to move on, you might not have the money. You might not have the education. You might not have the support or resources that you need. What is that something that can keep us going? What is that something that can keep us going? I heard Les Brown say this one day. He said, here's what I want you to repeat after me with power and conviction. It's possible. It's possible. I want you to drop it's possible in the chat. You know, I talk to my coaching clients and there's often a time where I ask them, can you hold a corner of your mind open to the possibility of a better result, to the possibility that this can work for you, of the possibility that breakthrough is right here, of the possibility that you can be healed and whole, of the possibility that your business is going to skyrocket or that you're going to reach the 6 figures or the 7 figures or whatever, the millions, the multi-millions. Can you hold a corner of your mind? If you want to be married, maybe you haven't found a great suitor or a suitor hadn't found you. Can you hold a corner of your mind that it's possible? Maybe you want to have a baby. I have a client that at her age, the doctors told her that right, she wouldn't be able to have a baby naturally. That's like, can you hold a corner of your mind that if we apply the principles that I'm going to teach you, that you can have a baby? Guess what? She's pregnant and her baby's due any minute now. Can you hold a corner of your mind? I had another client and she had been divorced for about 10 years. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing, phenomenal woman. She wanted to be married, but the dating scene wasn't looking good, wasn't looking wonderful. It was like not so good, right? I said, can you hold a corner of your mind that there's an amazing human being out there just for you? Can you hold a corner of your mind? And yes, he will check the boxes. Yes, he'll be saved. Yes, he'll be this. Yes, yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. Guess what? She got married in January. Can you hold a corner of your mind open? Healing. Can you hold a corner of your mind open that it is possible? If you didn't drop it's possible in the chat yet, drop it's possible. Whatever that thing is for you, or multiple things, it is possible. It's possible. The way in which you operate, ladies and gentlemen, is the manifestation of what we believe is possible for us. Whatever you've done up until this point, all that really is duplication. It is a reproduction of what you believe. Whatever you have done up until this point, all it is duplication. It is a reproduction of what you believe subconsciously that you deserve or what's possible for your life. You can say, I want to be the most successful person in the world, but if you believe that there's a glass ceiling and that you're going to have a hard time kicking through the glass ceiling, you will definitely be defined by that glass ceiling. Oprah said that she said, when I was growing up, my grandmother taught me how to read the Bible, and I didn't go to kindergarten until sixth grade. And she was like, and I knew about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when I went to kindergarten. Well, which at that time she was six, because she could read the Bible. And one of the things Oprah said was that nobody ever made me feel like things weren't possible for me. She said, I felt like I was smart. And that feeling, knowing that things were possible for her, knowing that was smart, guided a lot of the things that she did. People ask Conor McGregor, he's a awesome fighter, and they said, if somebody said to you that you'll be as successful as you are right now, what would you have said back to them? And he would have said, I believe you. Of course, he has an accent, but he said, I believe you. And he said, that's what I would have said, because I did believe. He said, I believed it. I believed it with everything in me. And he said, I had very few people who told me that they believed in me. I had a small group of people that would tell me something like that. He said, other than that, I just kept telling myself. He's a prize champion winning fighter. He said, other than that, I kept telling myself. Machine Gun Kelly said, I don't want to hear some teacher put a limit on where my education can take me. He said they want me to go fix lights in the house or be the air conditioning person or do the this and do the that. He said, but you don't want to tell me that I can take my own career in my own hands and be an entrepreneur and come up with something like this. Oof. When I heard that, I said, that's powerful. I don't want a teacher putting a limit on me and my education, teaching me, oh, well, you can do this. You can do that. You can do this. You can go fix the lights in the house, is what he said. Instead of telling me that I can take my own career into my hands and be a successful entrepreneur that I would love to be. You know what he said? He said, I'm not scared. He said, I'm ready to step up and be the leader for this generation and be a voice for this generation. Is there anybody that's listening to this live today that you are ready to step up? That you're ready to be a leader? You're ready to be a leader for your generation. You're ready to be a voice for your generation. You're ready to be a leader for your household, a leader for your family, a leader for wherever you are today. Priyanka Chopra, she was in some shows that I watched. She also won like a probably Miss Universe, I think it was. She's a singer. She does a lot of stuff, right? She said she was going to get this acting gig and she was nervous and all these things were happening. She said, I knew I had to go in this room and read these lines in front of all these people, but I was so nervous before I went in. She said, so I went to the bathroom before I went in and I looked in the mirror and I talked to myself, and she said to herself, what is wrong with you? You've played the most difficult characters in the most complicated movies. And she said she tossed her hair around a little bit and she felt great. And she walked in confidently because she made a decision. I believe in myself. I can do this. And I've done great things before. And guess what? She got the job. So I want to establish something right now that is going to change the way you look at your entire business or at your life. Your belief is not just a mindset concept. Your belief is an operating system. It determines what you will do and what you will not do. It determines what you'll reach for and what you'll walk away from. Where you are right now is a result of what you believe. Because let me ask you a question. One day somebody said to me, if you really believe that you couldn't fail, what would you do? I want to ask you a really direct question. If you really believe that you could not fail, I want to know, what would you do right now? If you really believe that you could not fail, what would you do today? If you really believed that you could not fail, how many shots would you shoot today? Somebody say, shoot your shot. If you really believed that you were going to be victorious, if you really believe that victory is attached to your name, if you really believe that you are a winner, if you really believe that you have favor, if you really believed, what would you do today? Are there some phone calls that you're going to make? Are there emails that you're going to send? Is there a text you're going to send? Is there a place you need to go? Is there an application you need to send? Is there a grant proposal you need to write and release? What would you do today? Courtney, what would you do different? If you absolutely believe that you could not fail today and these next 24 hours, what would you do? And that's a powerful reflection to recognize what we're not doing. Everything that you are not doing that in your mind you feel like you should be doing is because of a belief. If somebody's like, "Oh, I own a business, but I'm procrastinating." You could call it that, but this is what I'd like to call it. I would like to say that there's a belief that is somewhere underneath your thoughts that is leading you to take the actions that you're taking. Because the belief isn't, oh, I'm about to kill it. This is going to be easy. I'm going to do this with ease and grace. It's going to be flowing and peaceful, and I'm fully supplied. Every thought I need, every download is coming to my brain with ease. No, there's something else that you're believing that is causing you to want to put it off. Wait till later. Maybe that it's going to be hard. Maybe that it's nobody will buy my book, buy my thing. There's always a belief underneath what you're not doing. So today I'm asking you, can you open a corner of your mind and tell yourself, it's possible? It's possible. Because that's why your belief determines your speed. So look at where you are right now. Look, your calendar, your revenue, your client roster, your consistency, and your marriage, and your journey, and your body, your wholeness, your healing. Every single one of those things is a mirror. They are reflecting back to you exactly what you believe is possible. So where you are is not random. Here's what most entrepreneurs don't understand. Belief is not something that you either have or you don't have. Belief is a skill. Somebody say belief is a skill. Have you ever thought of belief as a skill? Have you ever thought, oh man, let me work on this. Oh, let me build my belief. Oh, this is a muscle that I'm continuing to build. Belief is a skill. It's a muscle. It's like any muscle. It can be trained. It can be built. It can be increased. You know, I spoke about it the other day. I had to write out my new beliefs to myself. I choose to believe this. I choose to believe I am successful. I choose to believe it's working out for me. I choose to believe, right, Mia? Belief is a skill. So it can be increased. You know, research on over 1,400 business founders found that entrepreneurs with high self-belief had significantly better survival rates and higher income than those who doubted themselves. The belief came before the result, not after. So when I started this journey, I had to believe before that there was any evidence. I had to believe before there was any evidence. That's what faith is. And so many people are waiting until they have evidence to believe, but that's the opposite of the way that we're really called to live. Nobody handed me proof that it was all going to work out. I had to choose faith over fear. Faith over fear. I had to choose identity over circumstance. I had to choose to be uncomfortable. I had to choose to live from my vision instead of my circumstances. There's this quote that says, to choose to live from your vision rather than your circumstances. And I was just like, how is that even possible? Like, how can I live from my vision? Like, I would be making different decisions. I would be spending money differently. And at the time, at the level of fact, it felt like money that I didn't have. So it's like, how can I live at the level of my vision when I tangibly don't have this right now? I am so glad that I chose to live from my vision instead of my circumstances, because living at the level of your circumstances will keep you looping the same choices, the same patterns. And that's when I began to invest in coaching. And I was like, oh, I don't have it. And I was like, I'm going to live from the level of my vision. It's going to come to me. I'm going to be fully supplied every month. Everything that I need is going to come to me. And that changed my life. That put me here today. That has helped me to help so many clients to change their lives, to get married, to have babies, to be whole and healed from diseases that they've had, to have their businesses get a $1 trillion contract. One of my clients, she literally submitted a $1 million contract twice and was denied. And I came in and allowed the Holy Spirit to utilize me as the spiritual strategist that I am. And as a mouthpiece that I am. And I said, submit it again, submit it again. And guess what? She submitted it and got approved for a $3 trillion contract. That's right, Maya. Where you are is a result of what you believe. What if she would have believed, I already got denied twice, it's never going to happen? Instead of receiving the instruction, what if, opening a corner of your mind, what if? How many of you, there's something that you should submit again today? How many of you, there's something that you should take a step forward in today because you're opening a corner of your mind to the possibility? Open a corner of your mind. When we started our popcorn business, man, I was like, Lord, can't we have an online only business, a brick and mortar? I'm like, OMG, so much more risk. Well, thankfully, we just celebrated 5 years with Pop Stars Popcorn. I have on my earrings. Maya gave me these earrings as a gift for our 5-year anniversary. Thank you so much, Maya. Maya and Ralph own Jeremiah's Ice. Jeremiah's ice cream, Italian ice. It is so good. Jeremiah's ice cream is so good, y'all. So good. But if I wouldn't have believed, I wouldn't be where I was today. We didn't have any evidence. I owned online businesses. I had never in my life owned a brick and mortar business. Stepped out with a building, with product, with employees for the first time. Never owned a brick and mortar business. We believed. We believe, and you know what? Sometimes you can borrow the belief of somebody else. You can borrow the belief of a mentor. You can borrow the belief of a spouse. You can borrow the belief of a loved one. You can borrow the belief of your coach. Sometimes, even when you don't have the belief, you can say, but so-and-so believes. I can borrow their belief today and take action. I'm so appreciative for the people that have believed in us and that believe in us over the years. And I can't list all the names, but one of the gentlemen, Alex Lockhart, he came to the celebration ceremony and event on Saturday. And he stayed the entire time, y'all. He is a very successful entrepreneur. He has multiple companies. Like, he is doing the thing. And I was like, when we were winding down and closing out, I was like, thank you so much. Like, it means so much. Like, he helped, like, he did all the things. He's the type of person, he has a whole team. He has people to come and help him do stuff. And he was helping us. I was like, it moved me to tears. Like, I was trying to hold it together. Y'all know I'll be trying to hold it together. But I was like, man, thank you. Like, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate you. Like, you didn't have to be here. You didn't have to help. You didn't have to sponsor things. Like, thank you. And he said, I believe in you. I believe in y'all. And I was like, thank you. He's like, I believe in what you're doing. I said, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So there's 3 layers of belief that every entrepreneur needs. Belief in yourself, that you are capable, that you can do this, that you are worthy, that you are equipped, that you are deserving of success, that you're deserving of wealth with ease. Hello, somebody? Believe in yourself that this can happen for you. Believe in yourself. Number 2, believe in your God. Believe in your higher power, that you're called to this, that you're covered in this, that you're backed by this. I believe in God. I believe in what his word says, that he's given me the power and the ability to create wealth so he could establish his covenant. I believe in what God says. He said they will be like those who dreamed, and their mouths will be filled with laughter. The dreamers' mouths filled with laughter because they stepped out on faith and because they decided to dream. Good morning, Danita. Number 3 is believe in your vision. First and foremost, you have to have a vision. Write the vision, make it super clear and super plain. And if it looks like something you can accomplish in the next 12 months just with a regular general project plan, that's not the vision. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Write the vision. Make it plain that what you see in the spirit is real before it is tangible in the natural. You can't have a kingdom business on a broke belief system. You can't have a kingdom business on a broke belief system. All 3 have to be in alignment. And when they are, your speed changes, your results change, everything changes. I want to give you just a few receipts today because belief is not just a feeling. Belief has a track record. Let me show you what belief looks like when you refuse to quit. Daymond John, he was a person who had every reason not to believe. Daymond John grew up in Hollis, Queens. He was raised by a single mother. His father walked out. Y'all, he is diagnosed with dyslexia. He was working double shifts as a waiter at Red Lobster just to keep the lights on. He had $40 when he started his business. $40, y'all, and a belief that Black people deserve to see themselves in the fashion industry. He took his $40, he bought fabrics, he taught himself how to sew in his kitchen, at his kitchen table. Y'all, a dude from New York in his house sewing at the kitchen table. And he started making hats. He went to 27 banks. Somebody say 27. And all 27 said no. So he went to his mom and he asked his mother. This woman believed in him when the system didn't. She mortgaged her home to give him a shot. Ah, thank you so much, Ricky Rick. She mortgaged her house to give her son a shot. And that's what belief looks like in real life. And then he did FUBU, and I went and I saw Daymond John speak the other year, and he said, at first he was giving away the shirts to ask people to put them on and take pictures, and then he realized I could just have them put it on and take it right back. So I'm not even losing my merchandise. So he would find celebrities and like, where are they going to be? What street are they going to be? Is there a movie happening right now, Tyler? He's like, what's happening right now? And he would say, hey, can you just put on my hat, put on this thing for just a minute? Let me take a photo and then just give it right back and put on whatever you had on. Y'all, he was determined. And Daymond John is now one of the most recognized investors in the world. Not because he had the resources, y'all, because he had belief. And that belief determined his speed through every single no that he received. For every single no that he received. Like Hebrews 11:1, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Substance means it's real. It has weight. Your belief isn't wishful thinking. It is the substance that your future is built on. Y'all, that makes me want to stand up. Your belief is the substance that your future is built on. What you cannot yet see with your eyes already exists in the spirit. Your job is to believe it in the natural, and your job is to manifest and pull it in. Okay, Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Not as he performs, not as he earns, as he thinks. Your belief is your identity. Your identity is your income. All right, now, y'all, I have pages of notes left that I wanted to share with you about certain belief blockers, but I'm just going to give you a few quick belief blockers without expanding on them, okay? So one of the belief blockers is comparison. When you're watching somebody else's highlight reel and comparing it to your behind the scenes, you're not looking at rich data. You're only comparing yourself to somebody else, and that is always going to be a problem. Theodore Roosevelt said that comparison is the thief of joy. Okay, so don't compare yourself to other people. Belief blocker number 2 is past evidence. Your past doesn't disqualify you. There is something called dissuasion. Dissuasion is a paradigm, and those are the voices that try to tell you, what about this failure? What about when that didn't work? What about this marriage that didn't work? What about that person that you were dating them, but they were really dating 2 or 3 people at the same time? Like, dissuasion tries to bring up past evidence to tell you not to believe that there's better for your future. Every failed attempt, every closed door, every season of struggle was not a verdict on your future. It was curriculum for your calling. Utilize it, grab the data, grab the information, learn from it, become your best self, decide what choices you'd like to make in the future, and keep moving. Belief blocker number 3, other people's doubt. Somebody in your life right now does not believe in what you're building. They do not believe in what you're dreaming of. They may have said it, they may have shown it on their face, they may have shown it by their level of support. But guess what? Their doubt in you does not stop what you're doing, because God has ordained somebody to be a supporter, somebody to fund it, somebody to give you an encouraging word, somebody to support what you are doing. Okay? So if you've been letting their doubt live rent free in your head, evict it today. Say, it is being evicted today. It is being evicted today. If you're letting their doubt live rent free in your head, evict it today, because their ceiling does not have to be your floor. And guess what? Other people's doubt is often based on what they believe about themselves. It's not about you. It's about what they would believe about their own selves. So don't take it personal. If they're like, oh, I don't see how that can happen. Oh, da 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 da. Don't take it personal. They're just saying, I don't have enough belief for anything like that to happen for me. So they can't have enough belief for it to happen for you, because they don't have enough belief for it to happen for themselves. So don't be offended. Don't be like, they don't believe in me. No, they're just showing you their level of belief in general. Okay, here's another belief blocker. Number 4, the slow, brick by brick lie. Uh, People think, oh, I'm going to build it, but it's going to take a long time. I'm going to build it brick by brick. You're literally telling me that your belief is that success has to be slow and arduous and take a long time. I am not choosing to believe that. So I need to dismantle something right now that somebody put in your head, and it has been slowing you down ever since. Somebody told you that success has to be slow. Somebody told you that you have a long, arduous process, that you have to grind for years before getting results. That brick by brick, little by little is the only honorable way to build. But let me tell you what's an honorable way to build. An honorable way to build is tapping into belief, faith, success, the laws of success, having a coach, and literally regulating your nervous system and allowing things to move with speed for you while you're still rested, not in exhaustion, not overgiving, not overserving, not working 80 hours a week to be successful. Okay? Because that's a man-made ceiling. I want you to hear me. God does not operate on that timeline. He turned water into wine in a moment. He led 5,000 people and with 2 fish and 5 loaves, like immediately. He raised Lazarus in a day. Rapid transformation is in scripture. So if you believe that everything takes a long time, and I used to believe that when I wanted to start a speaking business, I was like, it's going to take a long time. And for some reason, me thinking that it was going to take a long time stopped me from starting, instead of saying, even if I thought it was going to take a long time, at least start the day and get the clock moving. Rapid increases in the word. So why are you letting somebody's opinion about pace become your operating system? So we're not using the belief of brick by brick. So increase your belief, it will change your life, because your belief determines your speed. What you are living in right now is literally the level of belief that you've had up until now. Whatever you've done up to this point, all it really is duplication. It is a reproduction of what you believe consciously that you deserve and what is possible. Today, we talked about opening a corner of your mind to whatever it is that you want, that you desire. Thank you, that you believe and that you desire to believe is next for you. We also covered a few belief blockers. The belief blocker number one is comparison. It is the thief of joy. Number two, past evidence, allowing the dissuasive voices of what happened before to disqualify you from your future being as amazing or building as fast as you wanted to build. You know, with that topic, the reason why when I do things, I tell people to visualize it 3 years out or 5 years out is because only to help your brain. It doesn't mean that it's going to take 3 years to do it or 5 years. It's only to help your brain. Because your brain, it'll try to say, well, what happened in the last 12 months? And it'll look back 12 months. Because all your brain can do is analyze the past. It can't predict your future. That's why you have to use your conscious faculties and facilities to choose to believe. And so the reason why I tell people to visualize it 3 years or 5 years is because it turns off the part of the brain that can justify what is possible for you. Because your brain is going to say, what happened 12 months from now? Oh, I can remember that. Oh, that was slow. Oh, it took a long time to do that. Oh, you didn't make as much money as you wanted. So then it'll try to tell you that that's what's going to duplicate next year. But no, ma'am, no ham, no turkey, no chicken salad. No, ma'am. That's not what's going to happen. And so as a coach, I utilize strategies to help people to shift out of that so they can really step into belief. They can really step into belief. So belief blocker number three is other people's doubt. Belief blocker number four is the slow brick by brick lie that is going to take a long time. Slow and brick by brick is not humility. It's not a badge of honor. And you know, I'm a Marine. Like I was taught, we got to do everything with grit. Everything got to be hard. The harder it is, the more powerful it is. I joined the Marine Corps because I wanted to be a part of the most challenging thing. And I absolutely love that. It was a phenomenal decision. Sometimes when it comes to like business and other areas of life, it's just small belief dressed up in patience language. Sustainable does not have to mean slow. Strategic doesn't have to mean small. You can build something solid and build it fast. Somebody just dropped fast in the chat. If you're ready to build with speed, if you're ready to build it faster, drop fast. And when your belief matches your assignment, when your belief matches that today forward, things are going to be happening for me fast, so fast that my head will swim like Amos 9, one thing on the heels of another, blessings like wine pouring over the mountaintops. It's happening so fast, my head is swimming everywhere I look, to the left, to the right, blessings. When you start to believe that every day, rapid success begins to happen for you. Rapid success isn't arrogance. Rapid success is your birthright. It is your birthright, my love. It is your birthright. So say it out loud. And I mean, say it in the comments, say it with your chest, all the things. Rapid success is my birthright. Because the moment you believe that, your speed changes. Mm, 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 mm. So you want to increase your belief and change your life. To increase your belief, audit the evidence every single day. Write down the things you're grateful for. Write down 3 things that happened as a result of you believing and taking action. Evidence. The client that said thank you, the open door, that you showed up when you wanted to quit. Evidence builds your belief. Upgrade your inner circle, number 2. You can't afford to be believing, to be the most believing person in the room. You have to get around people who are already operating at the level you're trying to reach. I remember one day we wanted to take our business to the next level and scale. And I was thinking about this number that was going to be needed to scale. And when I tell you my mentor shattered that number, he was like, oh, if you're not willing to do that and more, let's not even consider it. What? Are you in the room with people whose belief is bigger than yours? Their belief will pull up your belief. The environment that you're in matters. Number 3, declare your birthright daily. Every morning before you open an email, before you check a DM, I've been doing, when I get up in the morning, my prayer, my gratitude, my visualization, my push-ups. Come on, somebody, come on, my trainer got me doing my push-ups. And you want to start your morning like that. Who am I being? I'm going to decide to be today. What is your belief? Who will you decide to be? What are you going to decide your day is going to be like? Is your day flowing with peace and ease and flow? Speak rapid success is my birthright. Today, I'm having conversations that are setting me up for my future and my success. Where I am is not my ceiling. I believe I am building something amazing and masterful. Every place I expend my energy, every place I use my energy today, or my love, or my time, or my attention, I am going to be compensated for immediately and with a residual return. That's how you increase your belief, one declaration at a time. One declaration at a time. And number 4 is speak it before you see it. Romans 4:17, God calls those things that be not as though they were. That is your model. Speak your future in the present tense as if it's already there. Not I hope to, not one day, not is going to be. Speak it like it's already there. I am this, not I'm going to be. I am this. I have this, not I'm going to have. I do this. I do this, not I'm going to do. Declare it until your mind believes what your mouth is saying. So where you are right now is a result of what you believed up until today. What you will do tomorrow and what you refuse to do tomorrow, that is also a result of what you believe. And your speed towards everything God has already prepared for you is directly tied to the size of that belief. So the question is not whether you have what it takes. The question is, do you believe that you do? Because the answer to that question is running your business right now. It's in your calendar. It's in your revenue. It's in your consistency, your courage. Belief is not background noise, it's the engine. It's the engine. So strategy without belief is just information. But belief with the right strategy, that's a breakthrough. That's acceleration. That is you finally moving at the speed your vision was always meant to move. So if you're ready to increase your belief and get the practical tools to build businesses and to build your next level of life that produces massive results, I want to invite you to the Dare to Dream masterclass that is happening on Saturday, July 11th. It's Saturday, July 11th from 11 to 2. Saturday, July 11th from 11 to 2. And this is what I want you to do. If you want to go to that masterclass, if you want to be a part of this powerful dynamic masterclass, you're going to DM me. So even if you're on Instagram, you'll just DM me. Unfortunately, drop it in the chat, like on IG, it erases the chat after the live. So you would like to be a part of this challenge that is going to transform your life and this powerful masterclass, I want you to DM me, dream. It's called Dare to Dream. Are you willing to take the dare to believe at the highest level? Are you willing to take the dare? Wherever you've done is great. I know you're doing great. You hit your million mark. You've hit this certain mark. You've hit the multi-six figures. You've hit goals that you want to hit. But guess what? That now is comfortable for you. Are you ready to dare to dream for greater? Let's do it together. DM me, dream. As soon as we get off this live, which is about to be in a second. All right. Thank you for being here. If you're done waiting for permission, if you're done letting doubt drive, if you're done being at the level that you're at, and you're like, you know what, that's not going to be my comfort zone. There's so much more in me. You want to be your gifts to be fully expressed on the earth in every area, in every realm, in every way that you're gifted. You want it to be fully expressed on the earth. Thank you so much for dropping it in the chat, Sonia. Thank you. July 11th. From 11 to 2 Eastern time. Thank you so much for dropping that in the chat. I appreciate it. All right. So thank you guys for being here. Share this live today. It'll be available to be shared as well. Share this live today. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments. I see you. I believe in you. And I'll see you inside. Let's dominate, y'all. Let's dominate. I'm going to leave you with a few powerful quotes. Henry Ford says, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Coco Chanel said, the most courageous act is still to think for yourself aloud. Venus Williams said, you have to believe in yourself when no one else does. That makes you a winner right there. Theodore Roosevelt said, believe you can, and you're halfway there. Dr. Martin Luther King said, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. So remember those things. Remember, Sarah Blakely started the Spanx company with $5,000. Now it's a $1.2 billion business. She had zero investors. Zero investors. Pure belief and execution. She was also working a job, and she also was working like at this printing thing with a thing. And she started Spanx. Zero investors. All right. I believe in you. I love you. I would love for you to attend on the masterclass July 11th from 11 to 2. It is worth moving your schedule. It is worth shifting whatever it needs to be shifted. It's worth getting somebody to take your kid to the practice. It is worth logging on, being fully present for this transformation. So DM me, dream. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. Thanks for joining this live, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.